encounters and events scattered across last day on Earth locations. And those new events sound like they might be dangerous, so we're rocking some pretty heavy weaponry over here like the Dragonov and some armor-piercing weaponry through the Protector. Travis, what do you have to say, buddy?
Let's freaking go.
Well, you heard it there first, folks, from the magical talking turtle. Let's freaking go. Indeed, we love a little new update. And without further ado, let's recap exactly what we can expect from this update. So, the Forlorn Fair will be beginning on the 29th and running until the 8th of October. So, it has not yet begun, but we do know about the newest prize that is available. The kind of the big kahuna is going to be the fuel tank, a new item that you can place at your base, which is going to be able to pretty much hold all of your gasoline, and you can fuel your vehicles at any moment with this thing. This sounds absolutely sick, and I am stoked to get my hands on this. And while we can't go to the Forlorn Fair at this very moment, we do know what it's going to contain. William has been working really hard, and this time you can expect new activities. The arena, which is like gladiatorial fights of the Roman Empire, except with guns, allies, and a swarm of zombies. Not gonna lie, this sounds really freaking cool. Zombie ball, grab the balls, and let's do some accuracy exercises on zombies. Just make sure not to mix up a ball and a grenade out of habit. Fireworks at the fair are provided separately. The maze where you find and light fireworks, it'll be fun. They said it will be if you manage to get out in time. And Houdini's turkeys, the shell game with turkeys, why not? And then of course the update notes do go over that new gas tank item. Old Rascal William will, as usual, turn to you for help. Aside from a sturdy handshake and a pat on the shoulder, he's prepared one more reward, a storage for fuel. You can forget about bottles and canisters placed all over the base with this bad boy. But there is something that we can dive into today already with this new update, and that is going to be those new encounters throughout the locations. Limestone cliffs, pine bushes, and other resource locations have been relatively complexes up until this moment. Now they're full of surprises. Get ready to find someone's buried treasure, meet a gang of raiders, encounter religious zealots, or stumble upon a Genesis camp. Just in case, carry something more compelling than a hatchet or a pickaxe. And that's exactly what we're doing, dude. Mentioning a freaking Genesis tank, or not tank, Genesis, that'd be awesome. A Genesis tent/camp has me wearing some armor-piercing weapons inside of our back pocket via the Protector. But before we venture on out, we do also have from the previous season, because we did max out the battle pass on the previous season, we've got our hands on a couple more Dragonoffs, which is why we're gonna be bringing one with us today, and we're gonna be modifying this puppy with our newest blueprint for it. Let's hope that she's good, baby. She's common as can be. A muzzle brake. Well, that's okay. We'll claim this thing and let's go and build this. Maybe like Star. So the Forlorn Fair is not available. Not yet. It will be in a few days. Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell, because we'll be dropping a follow-up video about that as well. Don't you worry, a pretty patooties about that. But let's make our way over to the Dragonov. We have the muzzle brake unlocked. Let's fill this puppy up with all of the resources that we have scattered throughout our base, except for iron plates. I gotta grab some of those. Alrighty, I have grabbed some of those. Let's finish up the muzzle break. And I mean, it's not going to be too crazy here for the Dragonoff, unfortunately, compared to what we had going on before, because if we load up whatchamacall, our previous modifications, we have this little break over here, and now we do have a muzzle brake that we can throw on as well, bringing the DPS of this bad boy up to 90, which is pretty cool. I mean, hey, I'll take that. Let's go ahead and save that as our go-to configuration and load up all of our best modifications, and voila, we are rocking with our newfound Dragonoff. And we will continue decking this thing out. And actually, something that I might not be opposed to doing, I don't know, let me know what y'all think in that comment section down below, is actually recycling one of these Dragonoff, because now that we are starting to build up the backlog of them a little bit, if you do recycle them, you do actually have a chance of getting your hands on whatchamacall. I mean, my recycler is kind of filled with all this junk, but if you do recycle one of the Dragonoffs, you have a 20% chance of getting your hands on a blueprint for it, which is tempting, but also terrifying, because if I recycle a Dragonoff and I don't get anything out of it, I'm going to be a little bit scared, not gonna lie. But without further ado, we are armed to the freaking teeth, and we are prepared for whatever surprises these new encounters at these resource locations might have in store for us. So I'm definitely excited to see what these bad boys are all about, and it's gonna be really interesting, man. This is gonna be a cool little update. Obviously looking forward to the Forlorn Fair starting, but having these little like random encounters, especially if the loot ends up being looking good for them is going to be an interesting way of just kind of spicing things up and making sure, you know, resource runs to otherwise normal locations are something that, you know, can be done. And why don't we go over to, and check this out, a nifty little menu. The way that you click on a location now, and it dramatically zooms in. It has all the different buttons listed over here, and they've completely revamped the way that this stuff looks. Not gonna lie, looking pretty freaking sleek, dude. I kind of like this. And it kind of is just like a revamped information about all the items that you can acquire there and stuff. Really quickly, can I click on this? It just says available soon. I was gonna say maybe it'll tease us and tell us what we can find in the suburbs. That'd be kind of cool, but alas, that is not the case. But then, for example, just out of curiosity, if we go over here to Bunker Bravo, we can see it's got some of the main rewards and then possible rewards besides that too. So just kind of a cool, great way of being able to kind of easily see that information. So nifty little revamp there. Let me know what y'all think about that as well in that comment section down below. Without further ado, the update notes do specifically mention the limestone cliffs. So why don't we pop our way over there and see what we can't perhaps find inside of this location. Again, we are armed to the teeth. We've got the Dragunov. We've got some Kalashnikovs. We also got a few, you know, little more laid back weapons like the Winchester and the Skull Crusher. We might not need to go all out with these things, but better safe than sorry. I got no idea what these encounters are going to encompass, but we're going to be finding out together right here, right meow. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, just like we always are whenever a new update is dropping and checking it out absolutely ASAP. Make sure you are subscribed with that notification bell to stay in the loop with all things Last Day on Earth as we continue checking them out and seeing what they are all about. And let's go and take you down there, Mr. Buddy. Ooh, I should have brought a freaking true friend Pupperito with us. That would have definitely been handy. Get the heck out of here, you toxic spitters. Y'all are running up on me. That's the thing about toxic spitters. All these other zombies in these random locations, you just, as long as you don't get too close to them, they will leave you alone. But man, spitters are a little bit different. They will just positively make a mad dash at you from freaking multiple miles away. They are kind of obnoxious like that. But I suppose we can get to looting up some of these chests at least and seeing if, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that loot is going to be changed inside these normal chests. What we are looking for is going to be, get the heck out of here, you gray wolf. What we are looking for is going to be like something unique, something that we've like never before seen inside of like either the mini map or the map or just anything that stands out and appears to be unusual. And as we are checking out these events and stuff as well, make sure that you do let me know in that comment section down below whether it be an event that we check out in the video or an event that you perhaps yourself have stumbled across. I would definitely love to hear y'all's thoughts around all of this, what your favorite event is, what the coolest event seems to be, any and all that type of jazz in that comment section down below. Definitely go ahead and let me know. And speaking of making sure that you go ahead and go down below the video to do something, make sure you go over to that link at the very top of the description. Search TV's Last Starsnipe, where we're live every single Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, playing Last Day on Earth, having a ball, having a blast, and always having a great time. We got the face cam on, we got the live chat rolling. It's always a great way to go out and kick off the weekend every single week, same time, same place, Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And not just that, but I do believe due to the timing of when this week's Friday stream is going to happen, if I am not mistaken, we should actually be streaming right when the Forlorn fair opens up. So definitely a great excuse for y'all to go ahead, pop on over there and see some live reactions of that. But no worries if you can't make the stream. Totally understand. Not everyone can always be at an exact place at an exact time, but we'll still be recording a video. Don't you worry about it. And posting that on the absolute ASAP for y'all so we can actually check out this Forlorn fair in some video formats as well. And of course, if you don't know what time that starts in your local time zone, twitch.tv/Starsnipe schedule. Another link near the top of the description will be able to go ahead and help you out. And we have found something interesting, but not interesting enough, because what we are looking at is something that has existed forever. We're talking about basements, although I guess, like, I mean, I could go into the basement and see if there's anything interesting going on or anything new potentially in the basement. I don't think so, because the stuff that they were talking about with these new events does seem to be like, you know, things like a freaking like giant like tent formation or stuff like that appearing, whereas basements have been kind of like a location type event at the resource location for quite some time. So I'm not entirely sure what to make of this, lads. But yeah, like I was saying, Twitch.tv/Starsnipe, that schedule will be your best friend in trying to go ahead and find what time that stream starts in your local time zone, because time zones can definitely be confusing. But no worries, because once you know what time that it starts in your own local time, that is the same time that we are starting every single week, same time, same place, Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So looking forward to seeing some boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, over there, hopefully on a more regular basis. It's always a great time and great vibes with everyone just kind of interacting, the whole community having a ball, having a blast, and just starting the weekend off right, you know? And hopefully we can start the update off right and find this new stuff that they're talking about. And so far, not so good. So far, oh, what the heck, Roman zombie, get the heck out of here. Go back to Rome. Yeah, I mean, so far, it does not appear to be anything new within this basement. This is pretty standard, pretty run-of-the-mill. Although a little bit of doggy food I will be taking because I would love to be able to, I mean, especially when the dog event does roll around in the season, because also a new season has begun as well as, whatchamacallit, I think I mentioned that earlier, but just in case, new season has begun, season 46 going on. I mean, pretty much same rewards as you usually get from seasons. Nothing has really changed. We're still getting a Dragonoff on the premium side of things at level 60. We get a free Dragonoff at 80 in addition to a blueprint, etc., etc. I don't have a hatchet to get into there, but nothing new here. This does appear to be, so far, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, relatively run-of-the-mill. And if I had to guess, the reason probably is that these events aren't gonna be like super common. Like these events probably, I mean, we've seen firsthand, they're definitely not guaranteed to spawn into a location. It does appear like they just have a chance of spawning into a location. And if that chance does hit, then we'll be able to see it. And from the description, from those update notes, I mean, we can't expect, you know, a Genesis camp for one thing. It's actually a thing that I'm most looking forward to, because here's the thing, man. Everything about Genesis, essentially, I mean, it's like everything about Genesis so far in the game is things like the laboratory or like the Genesis crate over at the transportation hub. Everything about Genesis is like armor-piercing weapons. Oh, is that the big one making an appearance? Hey, buddy, how's it going? All right, I'm gonna leave. I left my laundry machine going. My fridge is running. I gotta go to catch it. I'm sorry. I'm out. Back to the limestone cliffs we will go, and hopefully we can get some of these events to actually spawn in here in the not too distant future. So at this point, we're just gonna go bounce back and forth a little bit until I can find something new to show you folks. Oh, what is this? I see notes on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've got something. Fred wants to run some experiments on spores right in the forest. It's effective because we're observing them in their natural environment, but how can we control their reproduction outside of the laboratory? Interesting. So I wonder if we might find some otherwise okay, this appears to be a camp. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we found the Genesis camp, because they're talking about spores, they're talking about the laboratory, and well, it's a camp. Hello, soldier, how are you doing? Oh, is this like a zombified Genesis soldier? Because if so, he definitely ain't alive no more, and he's got 50 health, which is kind of interesting, because zombies usually don't have that. It's usually 40 or 80. First time I've seen 50 on one of those suckers, but all right. Let's see exactly. Oh, look at this, it's beautiful. It's Jane. Can anyone hear me? What the heck is going on here? Hold on, before we over, it's Jane. Okay, I'll respond to that in a second. What the heck is going on here? Because there's a lot of different loot. Wakey, eggs and bakey there, soldiers. Let me just go and actually, you know what? Why don't we give you a little bit of a taste of something that I love called shotgun rains? Oh, that head went flying. Yeah, so that is very, very interesting. Yay! Let's go and send that head flying too. All right, first things first. This is gonna get spicy. This is the Genesis camp. All right, before we pick up that Jane radio call, let's see what the loot is looking like inside of here. Because if it's Genesis, bro, my expectations are a little bit high, and I hope that they're not too high. I hope that they're like, I hope that there's some solid stuff to be found here. Okie dokie, dude. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm like, Star, just a set of military armor. Dude, a set of full durability military armor from we are currently in a green zone. That is fantabuloso bang for your buck. And holy heck, dude, I'm just saying, some of these random encounters, like, it does appear like these might be like a dream for players that are a little bit earlier on in the game. And we still gotta see what the heck Jane is talking about over there. And oh, we got a pistol in the finger. Let's go. Okay, so apparently you can now get the finger from another place, not just that convoy that appears as an event, but now you can also get it from this little camp, which is not what I was expecting, but dog, I'm here for it. And here you have a little bit of a look-ski doodle at the camp and what it looks like Camp Sam Oil. Do you copy? Sam Oil. Finally, is that a freaking helicopter coming in? The goods are coming, accept them. Over and out. Yo, what? I just heard a helicopter do something. Did something just get dropped off nearby? I'm not sure which direction I heard that, but I just heard, dude, are we about to find some of the greatest loot that we can imagine inside of a red zone? You have no idea how badly I hope so. Yay! Where the heck did this thing drop? I heard helicopter. I did not see a helicopter. Yo, fool, get the heck out of here. Are you the goods? No, he's just a random naked man. Of course he is. Where the heck could this thing have dropped? Shotgun rain. Is this excessive? Yes, it is. But guess what, baby? I'm excessively excessive. It's my trademark. Bro, okay, so accept the goods. I don't see the goods. I see a note over here, unless like maybe. Okay. Airdrop acquired. Airdrop located. What do you have in store for me, baby? How is that actually somehow worse than what we just had? But I guess it's okay. Dude, here's what I'm saying, man. We just got a full set of that type of armor, a cleaver, Glock 17, Glockma, the cut finger, full set of full durability tactical armor. Like, all in all, that's really solid, especially for the fact that, dude, you know what we had to fight? Like a couple of zombies with like 50 health, but that appears to be the entirety of this event. Now, here's another thing I'm curious about. I wonder if this event is different, you know, or if the loot varies every time that it pops up. So, I mean, I'll see if we can't maybe find it again today. I'll see what we can do for you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as I always do. But, if not, let me know in that comment section down below if you have stumbled across this event, what it has looked like for you, because I got a feeling like there's gonna be different possibilities with how this can go, and I am very intrigued to hear those possibilities. Oh, and speaking of possibilities, another little change occurred over at Bunker Alpha. Nearly forgot about this, but guess what? My goldfish memory sometimes becomes elephant memory. I think elephants have good memory. I feel like I've heard that somewhere at some point. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking absolute garbage, you know? I got the mouth of a dumpster. I got the mouth of a landfill, and I'm just talking garbage. But we'll make it our way over to Bunker Alpha here shortly to show off that nifty, lifty little new feature. But first, check out a few more of these resource zones and see if we can't maybe get some of these new events to go ahead and appear, because I am trying to, the best of my ability, show off as much of this stuff as we possibly can. And remember, the main things that we're going to be looking for is going to be, get that out of here. The main things that we're going to be looking for is going to be, at least from what the patch notes did say, are going to be like religious zealots or, you know, cultists or like a gang of raiders or stuff like that out of these locations. So it should be pretty obvious if a location does have this stuff, and usually from what we just saw, it does appear like that stuff tends to be kind of like closer to the center of the map too, which does also kind of add to the fact that it makes it a little bit harder to miss out on these things. But we'll continue exploring and seeing what we can find here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, after we make our way over to Bunker Alpha, because Bunker Alpha is going to have the goods. Bunker Alpha, baby, here I come. Let's go and see what Bunker Alpha has in store for me, because I think, here's the thing, man. I think y'all are actually going to be pleasantly surprised by, I mean, some of y'all might already know, but some of y'all are about to be like, Star, holy guacamole, and I'm gonna be like, that's right, bless that guacamole, baby. We are talking interesting stuff. That's a naked man. Please ignore that. No idea what that's doing there. Let's go and make our way down into these depths. The code at the time of me doing this, 93492. Let's go and pop those numbers in and make our way down into the depths of Bunker Alpha, where a little bit of fun should be awaiting us. But man, I can't wait for the fun of fair, man. That's what I'm looking forward to. The fair is gonna be a holly jolly freaking good time. And I wish that it was out already. I'm a little bit bummed that we gotta wait for the thing to drop, but that's all right. We'll be getting right into it, because here is where the newness occurs. This man right here by the name of Jordan, as y'all know, once you complete the second floor of Bunker Alpha for the first time, this room does unlock after you save the specialist, and you can trade in some of these various items to get your hands on the floppy disk. But thanks to our friend Jordan over here, let me just go and throw the dragon off back on, because I just want to wear it. Thanks to our friend Jordan over here, there is now an entirely new way of doing that same progress through this stuff. So now if you have extra tickets, green, yellow, red tickets, you can actually put them towards a floppy disk and towards leveling up your bunker over here with my guy Jordan. And here's the thing, In a way, this has just made raiding a lot more interesting. Star, what are you talking about? Why would raiding? Well, this has nothing to do with raiding. Well, actually it does, because when you go on raids, here's the thing. You can only find like 2 or 3 red tickets maximum, but the green and yellow tickets do not have a cap. I have literally raided bases with hundreds, not potentially even over 1,000 yellow and green tickets. So in a way, you can now trade in these yellow and green tickets over here at Jordan and get your hands on a floppy disk. I've got some spare tickets over here. Let's go and drop in 1 yellow ticket. As you can see, it does not move the needle a lot, and neither do green tickets, but nonetheless, it is still things that you can use to contribute towards this thing. I don't know if I'd ever put red tickets toward this, but for those of y'all who have stockpiles of green and yellow tickets, this is going to be, in my opinion, like your new best friend. Like, you are essentially going to be able to trade in green and yellow tickets that you've gotten from raids for floppy disks. And that's the thing, man, is that in essence, I mean, it's going to be tough. You know, you have to find a base with enough tickets, but essentially this kind of enables you to get floppy disks via raiding, because the hard mode items you cannot get from raids, but green and yellow tickets you can get in abundance at raids. Not gonna lie, maybe we go and make a quick little pit stop back off at home and grab some tickets, bring them over there, and see just how much, like, I don't know, like 100 yellow tickets, 100 green tickets or something like that can do for our progress towards one of those floppy disks. Because as y'all saw, I mean, we threw in like 12 greens and a yellow, and the bar really didn't move significantly, but things are gonna be a lot more noticeable once we start. Oh, you know what? I wanted to actually go, and I wish I could reroute. Okay, well, we'll stop by the forest on the way back over there, but I'm very interested to see how this goes. Now, of course, if this is your first time at my base, then welcome. It's a beautiful place. Let's go and pop our way over here into the bookshelf, where we have exactly what I was talking about, copious amounts of some of these things. And why don't we go and dog, I'm not gonna lie, let's bring 500 tickets and swap them over at my boy Jordan, because that's one of the primary things that we can show off in the updates so far while we wait for the Forlorn fair. So we're gonna go and show that exact thing off, because again, this is very reasonable. Like, you can literally get hundreds of tickets if you find the right raid. Now, of course, if you want to go raiding, I mean, you do have to get incredibly lucky and find the right base. And also, if you want to raid to begin with, you have to have 150, you have to be level 150 or higher. And like, depending on the base, you need like C4 stockpiled and stuff like that. But this is just something to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen. It's something to keep in mind as you are working your way up to level 150. And just another incentive for raiding. So while raiding has not directly been updated in a sense, it has definitely indirectly been updated, because back in the day, back in the day, if you go back super uber duper far, if you go back and watch some throwback videos of mine even, you can see back when the raiding update originally dropped, you could actually get floppy disks from raids directly. But then at some point they were removed because they were like too OP, because people were getting floppy disks from a single raid, and they were never added back in. So now, while you can't actually directly get floppy disks from raids, again, these raids do still exist out there that have hundreds of yellow tickets and hundreds of green tickets. So it's now possible to indirectly use the proceeds of your raid and just swap them for a floppy disk straight up. If that's not awesome, I don't know what is, baby. Because that is bloody beautiful, if you ask me. So let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section down below, what y'all are thinking about this Jordan guy and how he kind of is, in my opinion, like a really awesome and welcome change. And of course, another thing that you can do as well that you may have just seen there, for the splittest of seconds, and actually really quickly, I'm just gonna run over here to show it off. What you can do is now actually use rations to refresh a location. So maybe like, Star, you can always use rations on a location. No. That's different. You can still auto clear a location for 15 rations, or you can manually refresh a location. So if I completely cleared out Bunker Alpha in the next hour, right, I'd still have to wait a day and 22 hours before Bunker Alpha would refresh. But if you're in a hurry, if you're in a rush, and if you really want to do some stuff quickly, you will be able to drop some rations and immediately entirely reset the location. So here's the thing, when a new location of some sort drops, like for example, the transport hub, which here's the thing, unfortunately you cannot do this at the transport hub, but like for example, you know, if there's like a location that you really want to keep on running and you really need loot as fast as you can get from a particular location, that's gonna be a kind of nifty feature over there for rations. So just another thing that I want to go ahead and point out while we are at it. So yeah, like I'm saying, let me know in that comment section down below what y'all are thinking of the updates so far. Obviously, we still gotta hold out and see and get our hands on the Forlorn Fair. We will be doing that though, no worries. But out of what y'all think so far about Jordan, the ticket trader for floppiness, what y'all think about some of the events so far, and I'll try to get at least one more to pop up here, man, because I am not satisfied with the events that we have seen so far. Although I'm not gonna lie, that Genesis camp was really freaking cool. Would love to see that more often, because that's seriously some great loot that you can get, and like it wasn't that hard, man. That is gonna, I mean, that's the thing, man. It's just like a unique way, a unique twist on these resource locations, an element of randomness, you know, that kind of keeps things interesting. I like that. So all right, 50 greens, moved it about that much. Okay, how about 50 yellows? Oh, the yellows, chugga chug chug. The yellows positively a haul on this thing, man. So as you can see, like the greens, they take a little bit to reach their destination. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure, yeah, 150 yellow tickets essentially just got us a floppy disk, whereas the greens, bro, holy heck, yellow tickets are, here's the thing, man, I'm not even gonna lie. You might just be better off keeping the green tickets and opening up the crate that they have over there. But the yellow tickets, the fact that you can swap 150 yellows for a floppy disk ain't too shabby. But here's the thing as well. Do you, like, is that really worth it? I think it's only worth it if you have an excessive amount from like raiding or stuff like that. Because if you instead took your time and just opened up the yellow crates, because again, if you do not know, you can essentially open up 2 yellow crates for a stack of 50 tickets, right? Like the loot you get inside of there can contain things like chopper parts, multiple like you know, decent weapons, like better than just pistols. Like you could get like AKs, M16, stuff like that out of there. Like the loot, I don't know, man. Is it worth it for a floppy disk? That's a tough sell for me. But it is cool that the option is there, and I do really like that a lot. But all right, why don't we go and try to get this event to go ahead and pop up one more time of some sort. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh, and one more thing. Explosions have apparently become a lot more pretty in the game. So I'm gonna go and, hello, roaming zombie. Would you like to be my test subject? Yes, you would. Lovely. Let me just go and kind of throw a little grenade your way, and without further ado, bada bang, bada boom! I don't know how much prettier that looks, but it still looks decent. Oh, and it just blew up the tree. Has that always been a thing that it could do? I've never actually tried throwing a grenade near a tree, but yeah, why don't we go and I'll just go and kind of like really do a soft little roll over there. He'll walk towards us and boo! I don't know. I never really paid the closest attention to explosions. I'm just easily amused by them, and I have a great time seeing them, but supposedly they're more beautiful now than ever before. So there you go. You just your eye holes just got to feast upon the most beautiful explosions last day on Earth has ever seen. Please hold the applause. I'm a man of the people, and the people. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Is this just gonna be? Oh, this is, I think, an event, ladies and gentlemen, because this, usually when I see a green X on the map, that's usually the dead Marine that contains the bunker code. But this man appears to be very naked. So, I'm naturally intrigued, and that makes me think that something else is going on in this location, because that is not your run-of-the-mill dead guy. Unless he got murdered by a wolf and he was supposed to give me like a quest or something like that, and instead he died. Something's going on in this location. Something, unless that's literally the event. If the event's just a dead guy. Ooh, a shovel. I'm not gonna lie, that could come in handy. There's supposedly buried treasure as well as an event that can pop up. So having some, you know, treasure digging tools, not the worst idea given the current circumstances of the game. But it does appear like that might be the event. Just a dead green guy who was supposedly friendly because he had a green X. But that's all that he's given me. Just that he was a friendly guy. Real nice fella. Although, I mean, we're not done yet. There is still more of this location to loot. So maybe the missing piece will be found here. Because for now, the guy's still dead. He had pants. So at least he died with some dignity, I suppose. But, I mean, otherwise, man, there's not really nothing too special going on besides the dead guy. That's an interesting one. So I guess just random dead people are one of these events that can appear. Because that's exactly what we've just witnessed. This is where I blew up the tree, so obviously that's clear. Yeah, like no special enemies or nothing like that, and no like gear icons on the mini-map. Nothing interesting going on here. Just random dead guy. Well, on to the next one. Oh, I see something the tiniest bit interesting over here. I see a large group of enemies. Hello, enemies. Oh, that's the same old thing. That's just the alpha wolf that sometimes makes an appearance. Well, goodbye to the alpha wolf. That was unfortunately nothing new. The alpha wolf has always existed over here. I'm just going boop, use this Winchester because, man, if there's something the Winchester's good at, it's being a decent turn and burn weapon. And that is why I brought this puppy along. Especially once you modify this thing. I mean, the modifications for this thing are way too expensive. I'm gonna be completely honest, but hey, it's cool. I'll give it that. It's not good by any stretch of the imagination, but it's cool. I'll continue exploring this and see if anything interesting pops up. Oh, well, there appears to be well, this is just a person. Nothing too interesting there, and the person's now running away from us. So you keep it up there, person. That person has always existed as a random thing that can appear. Here we have a floater bloater who I don't entirely plan on fighting. And I'm almost done exploring the map. There you go. He's going full circle. He's doing his thing, man. He's just running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Yeah. And it appears like there's nothing too great here. So at the very least, you know, this is also giving you a little sample size of perhaps how often you can expect, you know, these things to appear. And so far, I mean, if you're counting the random friendly dead guy who had pants, we've had 2 events, and I think I visited like what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8. I think 8 or so locations or something like that. And another thing that I'm interested about too, I wonder if any event can happen in any location, or if, for example, like the event that we saw, like the Genesis camp, if that can only happen in the Limestone Ridge, and then, you know, like maybe the forest location here has like a specific event that can appear here. That's another thing that I'm interested to hear about. So let me know as well from y'all in that comment section down below where and what events you have seen and where, so we can also potentially kind of like narrow down and figure out where exact, like if there's exact locations that certain events spawn in, or if it's completely random and any event can spawn in any location. You know what I mean? Oh, hold on. I see a gear icon. I see a note. I see, oh yeah, that's right, baby. The same note that we was talking about before. The camp is making an appearance, I think. I don't see it yet. There is a note talking about it, but like I'm not like seeing the relevant location yet. Last time it was like right by the note. This time, like, the location is not right by the note, so I'm a tad bit confuzzled because I'm not seeing the camp yet, and I definitely saw the note letting us know that a camp exists here. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is that it appears like inside of the location, like all the the events might happen in, like, they won't happen in the exact same area of the map every time, unless I've just like somehow completely missed this thing. But like I don't understand how I could do that, because that note is down there, and I have not seen the structures associated with that note quite yet. Bro, am I going crazy here, or I literally don't see the camp? Bro, hold, no way. Wait, so the note talking about something is there, but the like, are the note and that camp two completely different things? Is the note telling me to go to the laboratory for some reason? I'm a tad bit confuzzled right now. I'm gonna loot this chest that's like right by the note. Will you have answers for me? I doubt it. But okay, well that's interesting. I don't know what to make of that. The same note that we saw in the last place. Fred wants to run some experiments on spores right in the forest. It's effective because we're observing them in their natural environment, but how can we control their reproduction outside the laboratory? And that's weird, man. I don't know what to make of that. If anyone has any idea what the heck is going on with what I have just witnessed, would love to hear from you, because I can't make heads or tails of this. On to the next one, I suppose. Yo, 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 what is this? What is this? I appear in this little limestone ridge map location, and what do I see but a icon of a shovel right here? And oh, what's that? I have a shovel in my inventory. Arr, give me mateys, let's dig up some buried treasure. Arr, 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 arr. That's it. That is mediocre. And oh, well, at least the icon now has a hole on the map, so I guess that's just a new thing that can appear in locations now. So having a shovel is something that you should have, because in addition to being able to like dig up trees and saplings and bushes, now you can also dig up that stuff, and it will have a unique icon on the map, so definitely keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I suppose there you have a little taste of the flavor of some of these new events that can be found within the random locations. My hunt will continue, because I do believe that there are more to be found, but that's something that can continue in another time in the next episode or so of Last Day on Earth. Well, that's it with that done, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That's going to start breaking down this episode for me. For now, when we return, the Forlorn Fair will get cooking, and week 3 of this puppy and hopefully getting our hands on that fuel tank will be ours. That's gonna start wrapping up here for now. Thank you guys all ton for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. See ya.